Welcome to Interpersonal Toastmasters. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Thank you for joining this meeting today. And like you said, yes, this is the last meeting for 2021, and this club brings a lot of joy, and this club has been blossoming since we started our demo meeting, our first demo meeting, September 9th. And from then on, we got to know each other and we started figuring out what are the different ways that we can improve our interpersonal communication skills. And from then on, we are building a community. And I am so happy that each one of you are part of this new chapter. And with that, I want to say, in order for this meeting to be fantastic, please mute your mic if you're not speaking or don't have a functionary role. And as much as possible, please turn on the camera. And I'm so happy everybody has turned on the camera so we can see you, connect with you, and have this time together. Now with that, let me welcome our phenomenal Toastmaster of the day, Doris.
Thank you, President George. I'm very happy and excited to be the Toastmaster of this meeting. Though this is the last meeting of the year, but stay tuned, we'll have an exciting program for you. The theme I have chosen for today is winter favorites. As you can see from my background, I just love when the place is covered with fresh snow. It gives me such a feeling of calm, peaceful, and tranquility. So I hope all of you will feel such a peace in your mind. Today, we have an exciting program. And first, let me reintroduce our interpersonal communication tips master to share some of the skills with us. Let's welcome back Jamal.
Thank you. I want to emphasize one of the interpersonal communication skill is when we are out now, when we are going out and meeting friends, meeting family members that we have not seen before, and we have this negative thought against them or something that is bothering us, sometimes it's not worth it. Just put on a positive attitude, have a big smile, and always remember, forgiveness is giving up the hope for a better past. I repeat, forgiveness is giving up the hope for the better past. So just forgive, have self-compassion, and just enjoy and be at the present moment and have a big smile. And you will have a great time at any gathering that you have this holiday season. Back to you, Doris.
Thank you, Jamal. Let's keep smiling and enjoy ourselves for the present meeting. First, we will introduce our team functionaries. Our grammarian today is Jaydeep Rutherford. Jaydeep, would you please share with us what you will be doing during the meeting?
Thank you, Toastmaster. So as grammarian, I will be recording both good and not so good uses of the English language. And also I will be introducing the word of the day. So the word of the day today is joviality. And joviality is basically the state of being jovial or joyful or happy. So kind of fitting for the Christmas season. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. If you have a chance to speak, do use the word for the day. Although it's winter season, don't go hibernated yet. Let's keep in the state of joviality and enjoy the meeting. Our next functionary is our timer and who has an important role for today. Our timer is Cleven's fan. Cleven, what will you be doing?
Thank you, Toastmaster. So here in Toastmasters, one of our main goals is to be able to learn to speak within the allocated time limit. And my job here as the timer this evening is to be able to track the amount of time allocated to each of your assigned speaking roles, and also to signal to each of your speakers during the speeches how much time they are left with by using the virtual colored background. So here will be a breakdown of the time limits for each of the speeches or the speech segments. So for the prepared speeches, it will be between 5 to 7 minutes. And I will be showing the green card at the 5 minutes mark, as you all can see on my virtual background, followed by the yellow card at the 6 minutes and the red card at the 7 minutes mark. As for the speech evaluations for the prepared speeches, it will be between 2 to 3 minutes, whereby I'll be showing the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. And the speech evaluator will have a total of 30 seconds to complete their remarks. And finally, for the table topic segment, it will be between 1 to 2 minutes, whereby I'll be showing the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and a red card at 2 minutes. And the table topic speaker will also have a total of 30 seconds to complete their remarks. And later, when being called upon by the general evaluator, I'll be sharing the timer's report to let everyone know what's the time utilized by each of your segments. Yep, and that sums up my role as timer. And back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Cleven, such for a detailed report of your role. And on behalf of the club, I welcome all the guests who's attending our meeting. And I will ask you for a brief introduction of yourself, your name, where are you from, and how did you hear our club? And let me start with Roger.
Hi. Yeah, I heard from email. I got an email on the club. That's how I heard about it. So
Welcome.
okay, thanks.
And our next guest, Lisa. Is Lisa here? Hi, can you tell us how did you hear about us?
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. So my name is Lisa, and I'm from China. So I find your club from the Facebook page. I thought this club will be a good opportunity for me to practice my speaking skills. So I come to this club, and I am very happy to meet the friends from all over the world. And thank you back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you. We are very happy to meet you as well. And I hope you will join us. And our next guest is Naomi. No, Nailami, right? I'm sorry.
Neelam?
Oh, Leelam.
Neelam?
Oh yes, hi.
Sorry.
Yes,
Leelam.
hi. I'm happy to be here today. Excited. I was invited, and this is not my first, but yeah, I'm still as a guest
Where are you from?
in the Bay Area.
Oh, great. Welcome. So any more guests that I missed?
Yes.
One more.
Charaka.
Shalaka. Oh, yes.
I'm Charaka Gultilaka. I'm from Sri Lanka,
Oh,
and I visited not the last meeting, the meeting before that. I joined that meeting, and I found you all through Meetup.
mhm.
That's all about it.
Very good. We are glad that you come back. Welcome. so much for meeting the guests. Now we come to the program of the day. There are mainly 3 major sessions. The first part is the prepared speeches. There are speakers who have prepared a 5 to 7 minute speech, and they have time to prepare their speech, and they chose their own topics. Our first speaker is Jim Denson. And he said, should I or shouldn't I? No, we all ask that question sometime in our life. Or should I raise my hand? Or should I not? No, because some people are afraid to answer, risk risk to give a wrong answer to the question, and therefore afraid to speak up. But our speaker today has a solution for us. And let me ask his evaluator, Swati, to tell us what's the objective of his speech first. Swati?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story.
Great. So let's put our hands together for Jim Denson. The why of speaking. The why of speaking. Jim Denson.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Should I or shouldn't I? We've all asked ourselves that question, have we not? Should I raise my hand and risk giving a wrong answer, or just hang back for fear of even speaking at all? As a kid, I was perfectly able to speak in school. And I spoke to my classmates, but I just never spoke to my teachers because I resented having to get on the special bus every day to go to the special school every day for kids like me who have cerebral palsy. It must have been very frustrating for my teachers to see me refusing to speak to them. And I feel for them, but I'm so grateful to them now also, these many years later, because they stuck with me. They were patient. And by the time middle school rolled around, I had gotten over my silent treatment of them. But in the meantime, I had developed another problem that kind of snuck up on me that I never expected. I had developed by that time a very nasty stutter, which stayed with me through high school and through college. There would be no speaking in classes of any kind for me during that time. But since 1991, when I started working at the paralegal job that I have now, I started to get some sort of control over my stutter because I simply had to speak. There was nowhere to hide. Clients needed me. My colleagues counted on me. I had to talk to other agencies. I even had to talk to courts. Speaking was a constant part of my responsibility. And as I say, I got more and more control and more comfortable over my stutter over time. A couple of years later, 1994, I felt confident enough to go to an event at Hofstra University here on Long Island. There had been 2 lawyers from the New York Civil Liberties Union who had come to my office and had spoken to other law firms around the state about opportunities to mentor young people who were interested in the legal profession. So I thought to myself, man, what a great opportunity to do something good and to use my skills in a positive way. So of course I'm going to go to this event at Hofstra. When I got there, I saw that there were 100 other people in the room. And it wasn't until it was too late that I found out that everybody was expected to give a little introduction. The problem was, when it got around to me, I became a 6'5" mass of fear and embarrassment. I could not say my name at all, not even a syllable. I wanted to hide under the table, not only under the table, but under the floorboards. That's how embarrassed I was. That's how ashamed I felt. Exposed, humiliated. A couple of years later, 2005 or thereabouts, a friend told me about Toastmasters, but I didn't join until 2013. And I am so glad that I finally did join, because I found that in Toastmasters, it's populated by so many genuine, down-to-earth, and positive people. And I've learned a great deal too. Things like you can learn how to prepare a speech. You can learn how to write a speech. Most importantly, you can learn how to give a speech and give it well and get supportive feedback from members. You can even try your hand at increasing your leadership skills. You may have even heard every now and then that Toastmasters can help you find your voice. Find your voice. What does that even mean? Well, to me, it means using your voice, your power, your unique power to make someone's day just a little better. Back in September of this year, I had the chance to put those skills into use. I was at a memorial service for a person I had known briefly. Her name's Joan Walsh. And she had run for 35 years an agency on Long Island called the Long Island Center for Independent Living. And I happened to be on the board of that organization. That's how I met Joan. But again, like I say, we didn't know each other for very long. But I wanted to go to this memorial service because I wanted to share how the little interactions that we did have, how it stayed with me. 2019, Joan was being honored by another organization. And I wanted to go and pay my respects and say, way to go, and just to congratulate her. When she saw me, I couldn't believe the ecstasy on her face. It was like she was meeting a long lost friend, and it was something I never forgot. When the memorial service was over, Joan's daughter and her brother, two people I had never met before, they came up to me and they said how much my words meant to them. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, you too have that power. Just imagine a word from you can inspire someone, can inform someone, can encourage someone, can lift someone up. That's why I speak. And I encourage you to use your power, your unique voice, every chance you get, because you might just find that the person you move the most might just be you, Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, what amazing story, and very inspiring as well. Please take a moment to write some comments for Jim in the chat room privately. All right. Jim was such a great speaker. I couldn't imagine he had problem earlier. Actually, it was a very good speech. So I recommend that. I suggest that you polish it and enter the speech contest in February. It's very inspirational. Our second speaker is Nathan Raju. And his speech title is Walk the Talk. And he is a nomad in pursuit of excellence. And let us hear from his evaluator, Carol Sang, to tell us what are the objectives of the speech. Carol?
Madam Toastmaster, the purpose of this speech is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Let's welcome Raghu for his talk, Walk the Talk. Walk the Talk, Raju.
I'm just going to gallery mode. Confirm if you can see me and hear me clearly and there's no disturbance. I don't want complaints from my speech evaluator later. Okay. Raise your hand if you have a favorite leader in your mind today. And I want an answer. The first one to raise was Jamal. Jamal, who is your favorite leader and why?
My favorite leader, that's a good question. After I joined Toastmasters, my favorite leader is Abhijit Joshi. And why? Because he exemplifies the 4 Toastmasters core values, which is integrity, excellence, respect, and service. And I am inspired by him and I follow him.
Thank you very much, Jamal. In short, you like the people who walk the talk and just not talk. Once a man went to meet Mahatma Gandhi. He took a boy with him. He wanted to meet Mahatma. But he said the purpose was his son was fond of eating the jaggery, but he couldn't get rid of it. Mahatma asked his assistant to tell this person to come after 3 to 4 days. When he went again, that day Mahatma told that boy to get rid of jaggery, and he told how. Later his assistant asked, why did you take 3 to 4 days? Why not just meet him the first time? He said, even I am fond of eating jaggery. I have to tell him how. I can only tell him because when I leave my own habit, walk the talk. Mahatma was a very simple man. With just 2 folds of clothes on his body and then the spectacles. He was a great leader. Why? Because he always believed in truth and he followed that. Not just India, worldwide, people worship him as a great leader. If you want to see Mother Teresa, so there are so many critics who talk about the way that she has converted people in Catholic, but trust me, she's a great leader. If you look into history, there have been several times when people suffering from leprosy were put in different islands, India or any other country, because people could not deal with that. She was the lady who, with compassion, who touched those people. She treated them by just like a mother. At the age of 17, she started this service, and trust me, nobody in the history of humanity has done that so far. Walk that talk. It doesn't depend upon what kind of style you are using. Are you driving the results in a better way so that people remember you for what you are? Like Jamal said, he loves and likes this leader, P.T.M. Abhijit. How? Because he stands for the 4 core values of what the Institute Toastmaster believes in and what he always speak about. And he exhibits that in his talk, same time in his walk. It's not about you being a politician that you keep talking, bragging. But if you don't follow those core values, people don't remember you as a great leader. Styles may vary, altruistic, authoritative, affiliative. But remember one thing, situation-based leadership is what is the talk of the hour. We are no more in our old times when you can just be an authoritative leader, authoritative king, authoritative just boss. You have to do it based upon the time, place, and the people. Desha, Kala, Patra. What Sanskrit says, Desha is the place, Kala is the time, and Patra is the way you're talking to people. You cannot just say, I'll be an authoritative boss, authoritative father. You cannot just say that I will always use my democratic leadership, and I keep asking people. Trust me, friend, if you're a democratic leader, and you are always depending upon the style, it's going to take a lot of time to make a decision. It matters how soon you're able to make a decision. For example, if I have to make a decision in a faster way, sometimes I have to be authoritative or maybe pace setting. It depends upon the times. There are times when in my life I had to change my leadership style based upon the situation. I joined Bank of America, and I was individual contributor for 2 years, and I thought that was the life till I was made a lead of 3 people. I was just going a time, breaking the work structure and giving a signing down. Little did I know, there was complaints with people when my manager called me for one-on-one. And he told me that people were not liking the way that I was working with them. I was sulking all the weekend then, Saturday and Sunday. But then in Monday, I came with a fresh mind. I knew that my leadership style was at fault. I went forward, talked to the people, and then understood that my communication and leadership style has to be changed. I didn't back off to say sorry. And I said, we'll start afresh. And I changed my communication style, same time, my leadership style to altruistic leadership style. And guess what? It worked. I got 100% rating even as a manager that year. So what matters is, are you able to adjust your leadership style, your communication style? But that not only matters, end of day, what matters is, are you able to walk the talk? Stand for what you preach, not just like others. If you even talk about religion, why do you love Jesus? It's because he always believed humanity was more than what the scriptures have. Any other religion, whatever you take as your figure of God figure or your leader, is because they walked what they talk. So Toastmasters and Toastmaster Day, do you believe in walk the talk?
Thank you, Raghu. Yes, indeed, we need to walk the talk and be the role model instead of being the sounding brass. And please take a moment to write some comments for Raghu in the chat room.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
Now we come to the second portion of the program, is the impromptu speaking part. For me, it is hard to stay in joviality when it comes to impromptu speaking, because I'm very nervous when people ask me questions and I have to respond right away. However, Toastmasters is the place to train us to be good at that. And to lead us in this session is our fantastic leader, J. Moore George. Please.
Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Doris. Yes, this is a very fun session. It's called Impromptu Speaking. You get to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and it's going to be real fun. And let's use the word of the day, joviality. I feel jovial in asking these questions to you, and I hope you feel jovial in responding to them. So the questions I have is basically kind of like a word or a sentence, and I'll share a word or a sentence with you. And your goal is, to make us believe everything you're saying. So that's a fun part. So let's get started. I'm going to start with JD. JD, your topic is flying car.
Okay,
Share
sorry.
something.
Something about flying cars?
Yeah, make us believe everything you are saying about flying car.
Okay. So flying cars is actually a very interesting topic, because as we head towards the future, road traffic is only going to get worse and worse. And it's going to cause a lot of stress to people, and it's going to just in general contribute to pollution. So one way around this could potentially be cars that are airborne, or cars that you could steer through the air, or as opposed to ones where you must drive on the road. And this will be good because this can bypass traffic. You can simply go into the air and you can stay airborne until you get close to your destination, at which point you can land or touch down or whatever you may. And I know it sounds crazy and out there, but I really think that once flying cars become a reality and they're safe, it'll bring out a sense of joviality in everyone that this new amazing thing has become a reality. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, JD. You made me believe about flying cars. Thank you. The next question is to Roger. Roger, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Your question is Santa Claus.
What about him? What about Santa Claus?
Share something about Santa Claus.
Okay, so he lives in the North Pole. He brings presents on Christmas Eve to kids who are good. And he comes down the chimney with a sack of presents for good kids. And he goes around like in a sleigh with reindeer. And he has a red suit. And he has a white beard. And he has 8 reindeer on a sleigh. He has 8 reindeer on a sleigh.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You just reminded me of Christmas Eve, and I have to go back and watch the Santa Claus movie. Thank you.
Okay.
The next question is to Lisa. Lisa, it's a topic that I'm going to give you, and just make us believe whatever you say about the topic. So your topic is glasses that make you invisible. Glasses that make you invisible.
Glasses made me invisible. Okay. Sometimes when we say something that we don't want to say, it is time to make our eyes invisible. So I think sometimes if you don't say something or you don't hear something, it's actually good to you. If something bad happened, you don't need to say that bad things. So you will need to wear this special glasses to make your eyes invisible. However, I think this glass has one special point, is that it can recognize whether the thing is a good or whether the thing is a bad thing. But these glasses will also make the choice based on your own preferences. If you are a good person, it will make you invisible from the bad thing. But if you are not a good person, maybe you are able to say something that is not very good. Yeah, so that's my demonstration of the invisible glasses. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I would love to get those glasses. The next question is to Charaka. Charaka, your question is a wild ride. A wild ride. I can't hear you.
Can I not do table topics today?
Okay.
Because I feel I'm not in the mood for table topics.
No worries, no worries. I will give it to Clemens. Clemens, a wild ride.
So sorry, can I just clarify what was the meaning of a wild ride?
Means you had something like a really wild ride, an adventurous ride, or a ride that was nearly put you on toes. It was a near death effect, or it's like a dangerous thing, something like that.
Okay, maybe I'll just take it as a dangerous incident in that case.
Yes.
So I would say I had a wild ride when I was okay, so this is just a very random incident. And there was one day when I was driving along the expressway to send my girlfriend home. And because it was raining very heavily, and I was just at this corner where I was turning to exit from the expressway into one of the alleys. So there were many cars behind me and I couldn't stop in time. So I actually swerved and I hit the side of, so basically my entire bumper was destroyed at that time because I hit one of the shop houses. And it was within 1 year after I got my license. So at that time, it was during a probation period where everything was very sensitive. The moment you hit something, you just think that the whole world is crashing down on you. Yep. So I would say, aside from the damages that happened, I was more worried of the safety, especially for myself and my girlfriend, because it was the first time that I experienced an accident, and it wasn't just real time; it was happening to myself. So I felt the impact. I felt everything at a moment, and it was a really wild ride, I would say, because everything just flashed through my mind at the moment, thinking that could be the last minute of my life. Yep. So that was one of the wild rides in my life that I could think about now. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that story. That was a narrow escape, and it just brings chills, when you share that. Yeah, thank you for taking us to that moment in time and sharing with us. With that, I give the control back to the Toastmaster of the day, Doris.
Thank you, Jamal. Very good questions and great responses from the participants. Now we come to the third part of the program, is the evaluation, where the speakers will get feedback from the audience. And we have 2 prepared speeches, and therefore we have 2 assigned evaluators. Swati, you are the evaluator for Jim's speech. Would you please unmute yourself and give us your comments? It's 2 to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Doris. First of all, I would like to thank Jim for his great speech today. I think I really enjoyed his speech. I think you really met the purpose of his speech. I felt that you had a very good connection with the audience, and the way you narrated the whole speech with the story, your personal story. So I really liked it. And you had clarity of thoughts. So the way you structured your speech, that was really, I really liked the way you structured. You had a chronological order for the events, like you started with how you were in like primary school, and then mid school, college, and after you joined your workforce. And you had pauses at the right time. So we were able to really, I was really able to understand what you're trying to say. So you had pauses at the right time. And the way you emphasize the words, like when you were embarrassed, or at the end when you said you wanted to encourage everyone, inspire everyone, so you emphasized on those words. So I really liked that. So I was able to really get the point what you were trying to say. So overall, I feel this is an amazing speech. And I think if you have to challenge yourself more, maybe you can add even more vocal varieties to your speech, even more. I know you had gestures and vocal varieties at some point. Maybe you can even increase those things.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swati, for such a jovial evaluation. Our second evaluator is Carol. Carol, would you please tell us your impression of Rahul's speech?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Doris. Here is my evaluation. Congratulations, Raghu, for my evaluatee, for completing your level 2, project 2 in leadership development part. An applause to you. Let me talk about your speech, your contents. First, Raghu started with a question, talking about a guru, a leader. Then you shared with us a story, walk the talk. You inspired the audience, number 3. Number 4, to be the role model and deliver your leadership. Raghu spoke about Guru in India and how we have to be inspired by him in all his stories. What I like about your speech, Raghu, you had a well-constructed speech working on the value of introduction, that is your opening, the body of the speech, that is your contents, that was able to catch the audience attention. You then ended with a conclusion that every one of us can do it. That is an inspiring speech. You repeated your title several times, walk the talk. That made us remember what your speech purpose is all about. It was a good title and a good opening. Well done, Raghu. Just a little improvements to enhance your speech. Maybe you can take into consideration. Try to keep lesser stories, 1 or 2, and talk more about the stories so that the audience can stick to your ideas and contents. Second, I had a little difficulty in hearing your words. It would be better to speak with more vocal varieties and tonation with some body language so that audience can understand your emotions, what you feel, how you felt about your walk the talk. Give more facial expressions on your emotions. Overall, it was a fantastic speech, Raghu. I love it. Keep practicing and you will be better and better in your speeches. Walk the Talk is a good eye-catching title. Raghu, let's enjoy the joviality of Christmas and New Year for this festive season. Back to you, Toastmaster Doris.
Thank you, Carol, for such an encouraging feedback. Now, Mr. Timer, how did the speakers do with the time?
Thank you, Toastmaster. So maybe now I'll just give a quick breakdown of how everyone did in terms of timing. So for the prepared speeches, Jim, you took a total of 7 minutes, 15 seconds, which is slightly above the time limit. Raghu, you took 7 minutes, 29 seconds, which is also slightly above the time limit. As for the table topics, Jadic took 1 minute, 5 seconds, Roger, 1 minute, 1 second, Lisa, 1 minute, 49 seconds, and myself, 1 minute, 15 seconds. As for the evaluators, Swati, you took 1 minute, 51 seconds, which is slightly below the 2 to 3 minutes. And Carol, you took 2 minutes, 50 seconds. I would say overall, the results are commendable. And I believe all of us can do an even better job the next time round by rehearsing our content structure and also trying to reiterate in order to manage our time even better. Yep. So back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Clarence, for such a great report. Actually, all of them are within their grace period as well, so they are fine with their timing. And our word master and grammarian, how did we do? Anybody use the word?
Thank you, Toastmaster. So as far as using the word of the day, I caught Doris, Jamal, Carol, and not to brag, but me. As far as English language, I think everyone had a great command. I couldn't catch any improper uses. So I think we really did a great job there, and we should just keep up the good work. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jaydeep. And now it's time for me to ask the guests feedback and tell us how did you enjoy the meeting, and we love to have you back. Roger, how did you find out the meeting? Roger?
We can come back to him.
Oh, okay. And how about Lisa?
Yeah. So thank you, Toastmaster. I really like the meeting. I think the meeting is very well organized in 15 minutes because in my country, so the Toastmaster meeting will usually like run about 2 hours.
Wow.
So I think it's very good to have a meeting that within 1 hour. And I also heard like 2 very excellent speeches, and I think it's very helpful for me and also inspired me to do a speech in my club. So I'm looking forward to join you guys in next week. Yeah,
That's
thank you.
great. Yeah. JMO would keep in touch with you and send you the application form so we can prepare you to join in January. And our next guest is Sharaka. Sharaka, how did you do?
I really enjoyed the meeting, and I have a little bit difficult time joining meetings because in Sri Lanka it's 8 something, and sometimes that our office mates start to send messages and all that from 8. But I'll try to attend as much as possible. And next time I'll try to somehow take up table topics and ask them.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, just keep coming and you'll practice more and you'll be more comfortable to speaking. And I see that Nilam, are you still there?
Neelam is not, but Mixie is here.
Yeah, Mixie. I saw Mixie. Did you have a chance to
Hello.
The meeting?
Yes.
She just joined after all the evaluation.
Oh. So what do you think of the meeting? Just the part that you observe. Do you like it?
Hello, asking me or?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sure. Sorry, I missed the meeting, but earlier, and I hope I can come back more soon next year because my husband's schedule and the baby. If I possibly, I will join the club.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah, because this club is going to be chartered very soon. So it'll be wonderful if you can be a charter member, then you'll be one of the founding member of this club. And you will, I guarantee you will have a great time. As you can see, we have learned a lot from the presentation as well as from the knowledge wise, from the speeches, that everything is very profitable. Now, let me give the control to our president, J.D. George.
Thank you so much, Doris. Well-run meeting. I just love it, on time. I just loved how this meeting ran. And 2 prepared speeches, walk the talk, and why you speak. Those are like really, really wonderful speeches. And I want to give a big round of applause to Swati. Swati gave her evaluation, and it's the first time she's giving evaluation. And I just love the way she gave it. Let's give a big round of applause to Swati. Great job, Swati. And as we conclude the meeting for this year, I just want to say we are more than a Toastmasters club. We are a Toastmasters family. And please continue to come and join. And as you can see, it's 1 hour and it's very productive. You get to hear amazing stories as well as you get to listen and contribute as well. And even for me, when I started off, my table topics was a mess. I was rambling. People never understood what I said, but they continued to be very supportive. And that's what you get. And like what Jim said, very genuine, down to earth people who really want you to go up and, raise above your bars, like be able to speak. And like he said, you will find your voice in Toastmasters. And that is the main beauty about joining Toastmasters. And especially this club is it's all about interpersonal communication skills. And like Doris said, we're going to charter this club soon, and you all will become the founding members of this club. And that means a lot in the Toastmasters world. Being a charter member means like you are one of the first members of this club, and it means a lot in the Toastmasters community and also for you because you are a part and parcel of this club. Thank you so much. Our next meeting is on January 6th, and I will follow up with each and every one of you. Feel free to ask any questions you have about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is learn by doing organization, as well as the learning never stops. You break barriers, but not your budget. So trust me on that. And with that, I adjourn this meeting. And if you want to stay back, please stay back. And the floor is open.
Want to add something to what Jamal told? So it is not just the supportive people or some good people who are helping us. It is about the platform where you are not judged. Because every part of the world, people judge you, or people tell you just that you need to improve upon. If you come to Toastmaster, it is where they tell you specifically what exactly you need to improve on. And second thing is how you can improve on. And then third thing is they don't judge saying that, okay, he is not a fluent speaker, so we don't like to be friends with him. So you will find that there are several people who are around you who want to help you. That is the beauty of this program. Please do join. And the last thing I want to say is don't hesitate to chase your fears. You have seen Jim's speech today. He has talked about it. And I also want to talk about my journey. I always used to suffer from stuttering problems. I have overcome that with my journey in Toastmaster. It has helped me overcome that problem and become a fluent speaker. I can talk about it at little length, but in short, don't fear to chase your fears. If not you, who can help you? It is just like your high school date. If not you, somebody will take it up. Just like I was telling Charaka to come up and take the table topic, but he was hesitant. But somebody else took up his date today. Maybe next time, Charaka will take his date, hopefully. Madam President.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah, no matter what stage we are at, Toastmasters can help. Toastmasters can change a poor speaker into a good speaker and a good speaker into a better speaker. There's always room for improvement, and it is a safe place for you to practice. Do join.
Last but not the least, Neelam, you've been in the meeting for a part of stuff. So can we have your feedback?
Oh, Neelam is back.
The Dr. Neelam.
Oh, what did you guys say?
We wanted your feedback on the part of the meeting you were able to attend. I think that you.
Yeah, I attended
drop
most of
in.
it. I think just the table topics, I missed a few of them. Yeah, everything was very well organized and energetic, and I thoroughly enjoyed all the conversations and the speeches that were given today. Thank you for having me.
Great.
It's always a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you, Dr. Neelam. As Jamal has already talked about, we are going to charter, and the plan is to charter by the end of January. So please feel free to express your interest to join the club. It's certainly a platform where you will be able to improve your interpersonal communication, the way that you communicate in your workplace or the way you communicate in your family. So I have your details. I'll try to contact you offline, whether it is by email or chat. Please do let us know, and then we'll share the documentation that is necessary.
Yes, thank you. I'm in touch with JMO as well. So
Wonderful.
yeah, good news. I'm happy to hear that.
Wonderful. We wish you a happy holidays, happy Christmas, and happy New Year.
Yeah, happy holidays to everyone as well, and happy New Year. Wow, the year has passed by like in a blink of an eye. So
That's true. It is as if somebody has kept it in a fast pace, fast track.
yeah.
Jim, you wanted to add something?
Oh, no. I was just listening to the conversation, just reacting to that. Great meeting, as usual.
Thank you. Yeah. Great job. And I will see you all next on Jan 6th. If you are staying back, Raghu will be here. I've made him as a co-host. Feel free to just chat if you have time, and stay back.
Right. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Get your
All right.
application ready. Don't wait till
Happy
January.
holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you in January.
Take care.
Happy holidays
Bye.
and see you all next year.
Right.
Thank you.
Happy holidays. See you all next year.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.